Easy work, man. Easy work, man.
Well, folks, how are we doing? What's the crack? We are back again up in Thurso, and this week we're doing a bit of tiling. In the bathroom. Didn't really know what to do, with the wee bit just above the bath. In the past, we've used like those acrylic panels that you get. They're kind of easy to put on, but they do just look a bit shit. They look a bit cheap. So we decided we're just going to get some tiles. Bite the bullet. It's a wee bit more pricey, and it's definitely more work. But hopefully it'll look nice at the end of it all. So we decided to do it ourselves because didn't really want to pay a tiler to do it, because they're always extortionate. Now, there's maybe good reason for that. Because it turns out it's pretty goddamn hard. So maybe we should have just paid a tiler. Maybe that would have been wise, but we thought, you know what? How hard can it be? Get a bit of grout on. Get a bit of grout all over them walls. Get the tiles stuck on. So we went at it together. Me and Isla the Tyler. So we're just getting the grout slathered on here. I don't know if this is too much grout to be putting on. Sorry, it's not grout. I'm talking shite. That's the adhesive. I get my terminologies all mixed up. That's the adhesive. I don't know if that's way too much adhesive to put on. I suspect it probably is, because the tiles were like sitting way out. But anyway, we put them on, put some tiles on, and then we went and took them all off again. Trying to remember why we did that. I can't even mind. I think they weren't fitting. The tiles weren't fitting or something the whole way along. We basically misjudged it. And then we're like, right, we need to go and sort this out, because I think we just put whole tiles down at the bottom, like full tiles, and then for some reason, I really can't remember, it just wasn't working. So we went away and did a bit of jiggery pokery as usual. This is me trying to cut a tile for the first time. Not easy. It was pretty easy, to be fair. Easy work, man. Easy work. We got the land of a tile cutter from some tiling shop in Glasgow. Yeah, went away and came up with this rig. Basically just put a big bit of timber across the bottom. And I can't even remember why I did that, I'm not gonna lie. But there was a reason. I think it's so we didn't have a full tile at the bottom. I just don't know. I can't remember why we did it. But it must have made sense at the time. But that's what we did. We started building it up from there. I'm sure it'll come to me as to why we did that. There must be a reason why you don't want a full tile at the bottom. Can't even mind. Anyway, so I was kind of buttering up the tiles and then sticking them on, and Isla was kind of tidying up as we went along, scrubbing off the adhesive, not the grout. We're not on the grout yet, and I just call everything grout. It's all just grout to me. Get a bit of grout on. Get a bit of grout in there. But yeah, some good ass views here. And then after, a whole day of utter torture trying to do this tiling, we nearly had a wall done. And, I'm not gonna lie, we were hating each other. We were barely speaking throughout it, to be honest. We were just going through the motions. Because it was turning out to be quite stressful. We were like working, because you have to work pretty fast before the adhesive goes off, and then it's not really workable and it doesn't stick. So we were kind of working like mad to get them all stuck on, and then they're not sitting flush with each other, and just whenever it's like doing anything for the first time, it just takes a bit of practice. and we'd had it adhesive all over our hands. My hands were all cracked and fucking sore. I was miserable. We were both miserable. But I guess that's the only way you learn. And we did kind of learn, so we kind of know how to tile now. That was the first time we'd done it. And it's not rocket science. Like everything else, it ain't rocket science, but there is an art to it. We even got out for some dinner after to celebrate. Because we did some good tiling. And Isla got herself a wee gin tonic. Like Gordon's. Don't know if it was. Just down the local hotel. I think this was the Pentland. I went for a wee dinner and got ourselves some burgers because we love fine dining. We really do. All in all, I think we got a meal for about 30 quid, which is pretty nice. You don't really get that very often this day and age. Even got outside to make a few faces in the window. I don't know when that'll ever not be funny. Going out for a wee moke and making a few faces. The day that isn't funny is the day that you've got too old. If you know what I'm saying. And then this must have been something I saw on TikTok. The talk. Anyway, then we'd been out having dinner at this place, and then it turns out they were having some surfing championship thing on in the hotel as well. And my mates Lou and James were playing at it. So we got roped into bringing the old saxophone out, and there was all these like cool surfer dudes and chicks having their wee night out. Because Thurso is the surfing hotspot. Thurso. Swear it sounded better in real life. I like my town with a little drop of poison. All these things.
Pack up your troubles.
Down. You get all hunched like this. Oh. With a little drop of poison.
No poison in Thurso.
No poison.
Pure
people.
Colombian. Grade A Colombian cocaine, ladies and gentlemen.
Shh. Shut your
What's Johnny Mike? Johnny Mike? What's Johnny? Johnny Depp says is grade A, 100% pure Colombian cocaine, ladies and gentlemen. Disco shit.
Disco shit.
That's what I like. Cut that out.
That's so funny.
That is a wee line from the film Blue with Johnny Depp, for anybody who didn't know. Wee treat for you, good film. And look at this. We went to the dump the next day to leave off some stuff, and we came back with this. I came back with this because it's just absolutely fantastic. I couldn't believe it whenever I saw that. I was like, is this thing real? That is just from a tree. I think that is absolutely astounding. Like, could that look any more like a willy? And if you look at the back, he's even got a back willy. Ah, dear. It's the little things that make you laugh. That really, really, really tickled me. And he's got a wee tail. So that's us for this week, folks. Bit of tiling, bit of saxophone, few dinners, and a tree trunk that has 2 willies and a tail. See you next week.